This is a video about how to use the Roland vinyl cutter in STEAMSHOP. This vinyl cutter can cut designs up to 22 inches wide. I don't recommend cutting designs that are much longer than 36 inches or so because the roll of vinyl tends to get caught up in the machine and will ruin your material. Load your vinyl from the rear of the machine, feeding it through to the front. Try not to load your material crooked. There are parallel lines here on the machine, front and back, that will help you keep your material straight. There are white guide marks that will allow you to cut smaller widths of material. Slide the roller in line with the white guide that is the width of your material. For a full-size roll of vinyl like this, it should go all the way to the right. When your vinyl is in place, pull this lever on the left to lock it down. When you turn on the machine, it will ask whether you are cutting from a roll of material, the edge of material, or a scrap piece. Scroll through these to select your material, in this case a roll, and press enter. The head will move across the material and measure it. Open the file you want to cut in Adobe Illustrator. Select all by either pressing Ctrl-A or going to Select All, then go to Image Trace. Usually the default selection is fine. Now you are ready to print. Go to File, Print, select the Roland GS24, unclick Auto Rotate, and click and drag your artwork down to the bottom of the roll. Don't forget this step or you could waste a lot of material. Press Print. Your artwork will be sent over to the Roland and it will start cutting almost immediately. We're going to speed up the cutting in this video, but it typically does go pretty quickly. It's important not to accidentally bump the machine while you're cutting. When the Roland is done cutting, the head will stop. You need to press Menu a couple of times, and it will say Unset Up, and then press Enter to get the head to roll to the right edge. Now you can unlock the lever and pull your vinyl through. Use scissors or a knife to cut the vinyl from your roll. Now you have to do a process called weeding, which is removing all of the unwanted vinyl, such as inside of letters and negative space. Do this with a sharp tool, and be careful because vinyl can tear. You also want to make sure that little details, such as dotted I's, remain in place. You also need to be careful not to let the vinyl stick to itself. This becomes more challenging the larger your design. After you're done weeding, we're going to apply a mask, and this is going to allow us to keep everything in line with itself. The mask is like a really big roll of masking tape. Pull off a length from the roll that is big enough to cover your design, and carefully apply it, trying not to have wrinkles or bubbles. You can use your hands or a tool like a plastic card to burnish the mask onto your vinyl. Now I want to cut away all the excess. Here I'm just using my fingers to burnish this down, but a plastic card like an ID card works really well to burnish without tearing the mask. When you're ready to apply your vinyl, you want to carefully peel the back layer away, keeping your vinyl stuck onto the mask that you applied. This keeps everything lined up. If you're putting this on a wall or any important surface, you'd need to use a level to make sure that you get it straight. I'm carefully peeling this, and again making sure to watch small pieces like the dots of I's and make sure that they stick to the mask. And again, it's also important not to let this material stick to itself, and this becomes more challenging the bigger your design. When you're ready, apply your vinyl to the surface where you want to install it, and you're going to burnish again. And again, I'm going to use my fingers, but you could use a plastic card or some kind of squeegee. Once you have burnished everything down, carefully peel off the top mask layer Again, really being careful with things like the dots of eyes, and you've successfully installed vinyl.